I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're speaking to a fantastic children's author. She is the creative mind behind a wonderful story you will want to share with your children time and time again. It is called Katie and the Troll Queen. The author delves into the fantastical adventure where young Katie encounters a troll queen and a challenge that unveils familial secrets. This delightful tale touches on important qualities such as bravery, heritage, and the magic of song. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Inks and Bindings for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing this wonderful book. Randi, thanks so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
My pleasure.
Now, I think from the last time we spoke with you, you were telling me that a lot of your inspiration for these classical children's books comes from growing up, right? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. 99% of that.
Yeah.
But my grandmother used to read to me when I was little because we couldn't go out after twilight. It wasn't allowed. And there was only two neighbors. That was myself and another person or family who lived in that area. And then they were widespread. So we couldn't go out. So my grandmother would spin tales. And it was quite delightful. I took a couple of those and made it into books.
Wonderful. My mother used to say, necessity is the mother of invention. And it sounds like your need to stay indoors after dark was the mother of invention with the stories that your grandma used to tell you. And this was in Norway, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, which has kind of a rich tradition of children's storytelling, don't they?
Very much so.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is still, but it was when I grew up.
Very magical, enchanted forests, trolls, evil queens, innocent children, all the ingredients of a classic tale of good and evil and the unknown, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the unknown here is the trolls. They believe that all trolls are evil. And they eat children.
Well, that's what I always thought growing up when I heard about trolls, that they were evil. But not all trolls are evil, I guess, right?
No, not all. The story goes that the trolls will work with people, with humans. If the humans will give them food occasionally, and in order to do that, they give them a cow so that the trolls could eat. And the trolls would in turn watch out for where they lived and not let anything bad come to the family.
Yeah. Wonderful. So these are good-hearted trolls.
Yes. Yeah. But then there is the queen.
Exactly. And that might be the fly in the ointment, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. What made you weave the theme of singing into your story about Katie and her adventures?
Because I used to sing, and I thought Katie should too.
Yeah.
I was an opera singer.
Really? Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful.
I wasn't out there doing things, but I liked to sing, and I learned to. And then I had 2 neck surgeries, and the doctors didn't believe that I was a singer, and now I croak like a frog.
That's funny. That's funny. But those must have been happy days when you were singing opera.
Yeah.
Alto, soprano, what were you?
I was a alto.
Alto. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
The relationship of Katie and her mother, the relationships between the two, is a big part of the story. Tell us a little bit about this and what message you hope to convey to children who hear the story.
The message for that is trustworthy, love your family, and keep a bargain. Once you make a bargain, once you stick your neck out there, go to the end.
Yeah.
But most of all, believe in the family and believe in truth and believe you can do it.
Exactly. Again, classic themes of individualism, of self-reliance, of the importance of family, and the importance that your word is your bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
That is woven into the words of the book. They just have to pay attention to what they read.
Sounds great. Now, have you tested this book on any children, perhaps?
Yes, I did. I tested it on a 3rd grade class and a 5th grade class.
Okay.
This was several years ago. And when the book first came out. So the 3rd grade, they were weaving continuance to the book. The 5th grader says, how can that be? There aren't any trolls. So reality had set in with them, but the 3rd graders had fun with it.
Exactly.
They made questions to me that I had to answer, and I said questions to them. How would you change the story if you could? And they couldn't.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, by the time you're in 5th grade, you have spent too many years in school. So all of your imagination has been sucked out of your brain.
Yeah.
So you don't believe in things like fairies and troll queens and knights in shining armor and all this stuff you should believe in, because that's what makes life wonderful. One of the wonderful things about your book is the forest setting. Now, do you feel that there's a connection between nature and the mystical, and that's why you decided to set it in the forest?
Yes, I do. I do very much. I love the forest myself, and I could go and get lost in there and come back out on the other side and weave tales while I go through it. So, yeah, I believe that it should be, but it shouldn't be scary. It should be full of adventure.
Yeah. There is something a little chilling about going into the woods. I mean, particularly at dusk. You're worried about bears. You're worried about coyotes. But I guess that's part of the adventure, that little chill that you get when you go into the woods. You got to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah. And I might plug another thing. I have written a sequel to this story.
Oh, great.
Tell
us about that.
Yeah, that's in process of being done now. And yeah, that is the realization. I won't open up the true thing, but it is a continuance of Katie, because the 2 girls that are in this book also belong to the same school as Katie does. And so they take it and run with it. They also meet the Troll Queen, and the story has a different ending, but it's called, well, I called it The Journey, but we're going to change the title.
Okay. So right now the working title is The Journey.
Yeah.
It's more adventures for Katie, more adventures for the Troll Queen, but this time she's got her friends along to witness some of the magic that she's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Have you envisioned Katie and the Troll Queen as perhaps an animated film or something?
Yes, I have. I'm kind of sitting on the fence with animation and real and a movie.
Yeah.
It would have to be a very nice movie.
Yeah.
And kind of, yeah, I would like that. Yeah.
Well, I think it's got all of the makings of a great movie of, you know, trolls who are misunderstood, a queen who is kind of mysterious, and of course, Katie, the innocent child who stumbles upon it all. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
The name of the book is Katie and the Troll Queen. It is written by Randi McKinnon. It is a wonderful book. A sequel is coming out as well. tentatively called The Journey, but that title might change. The story of Katie and the Troll Queen is a fantastical adventure where young Katie encounters an enigmatic troll queen and a challenge that unveils family secrets. It is a great story. It has great morals. It has great lessons, and it is a tried and true classic fairy tale that Randi has created. Randi, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
It was my pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.